here shortly, bro.
Okay.
I'm ready to play the Bulls music. Hang on.
Okay. Okay.
I'm ready to play Bulls music.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay. Yep.
Ah, yeah, there we go. There we go. Just a little
Mm-hmm.
nostalgia, a little nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, there we go. Just a little
Mm-hmm.
nostalgia, a little nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you turn your background down, brother. Your YouTube, you got YouTube playing, or you got Facebook playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, turn it down. Yeah, you turn your background down, brother. We're getting feedback, so or you got YouTube playing. Hang on, let me make sure that's not me doing it. That's not my problem. Yeah, that is my problem. There we go. All right. I'm blaming
Mm-hmm.
you, bro, and that was me. What's up, Salam?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, doing all right, brother. Doing all right. Um, we've been obviously for the last couple of months we've been talking about the Bulls and ups and downs, roster injuries. Talking to Gary, Indiana Jones as well. Not sure. I don't think he's available tonight. David's not available, and I don't think Christy is online. So right now,
Mm-hmm.
so she probably haven't even seen the invite. But and CJ said he'd be out with his fiance tonight. So it's us ready to knock it out the park, bro. And
All right.
as much as we talk about all the issues that's been going on and what we think are some solutions and where we kind of grade Billy Donovan and where he's and any adjustments he's made, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, I'm going to start with a injury update and then you can chime in.
Uh-huh.
Pull this back up here. So as some of you guys may know, um, the Bulls suffered some injuries, some some injuries to key players. Let me just say that. Bulls guard Josh Giddey has been diagnosed with a left string hamstring and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. Ooh, that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will say that Trey Jones is that Trey Jones, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good serviceable point guard. He knows how to play point. He knows how to play the two guard. Obviously, Io can play some point. And we'll get into it a little later because I really like when Io comes in off the bench and he just like pushes the ball. He puts pressure on the opposing defense because he's constantly pushing the ball and they can't keep up
Yeah.
with that little rascal. I'm telling you. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so you got Bulls guard Kobe White has a right calf tightness and will be reevaluated in 1 week. So I'm guessing that's the same calf he's been struggling with. Here's another loss that I was cringing. Bulls forward center Zach Collins, who was playing good by the way, has been
Mm-hmm.
diagnosed with a right toe sprain and will be evaluated in 10 days. So, as you know, being from the Midwest, no matter where we live, we still got that Midwest grind.
Mm-hmm.
As Tibbs used to say, we got more than enough, so the other guys have to step up. Uh, um, Jalen Smith has stepped up. Jalen Smith playing great, man. I like Jalen Smith, and when he's allowed to play the way he is now, I think he benefits the team. Um, and some of the other guys are stepping up. So yeah, you go ahead and chime in, brother. I'm gonna mute my mic for a minute. I need to check on a few things.
No problem. Well, the interesting thing about well, we'll start with the Jalen Smith thing, the sticks. Um, Within the last year, or maybe the season before that, this kid was registering DNP CDs. You know, as amazing that you have that kind of talent, on the bench who could stretch four, stretch five, and he's being utilized more. Um, Also, what we've seen, how many years has Billy Donovan been coaching us now? What, about 5, 6 years? And somewhere, I think he was there in 2020 when I think 2020 was his first year when Patrick Williams was drafted, and Io was drafted in the second round of that same draft. But he, for once, he decided to feature a traditional too big, front line. Where instead of just having Vooch in a 1-4 set, you could still have a 1-4 set with sticks in there because he has shooting range. But you also can flash him into that elbow with either one of them and get a little high-low action between with either of them. But with that kind of found money, I think that discovery came about when Zach Collins was healthy and he came back into the lineup. Then you start seeing um, Coach Donovan feature, the two traditional bigs, power forward and center. But the odd man out that I see since making that transition has been Patrick Williams. Now we don't know if that, because Patrick Williams just his minutes diminished tremendously. And there's no secret. In fact, I think against Philly, he registered a DNP CD. You see, and so apparently, from what was said, that Billy Donovan just wanted the matchups. And then I noticed when Pat Will got in there, I don't know if he felt kind of pressed or anything, or like when he goes into hockey assist mode, when he's like getting a pass, maybe taking a dribble, and then he's getting off of it and whatnot. I mean, he's the guy because he's already as a passive disposition. He's a guy that you almost have to like call his number to force feed him and force him to be something that he's naturally is not. You know, um, so it doesn't matter which one is going to win out. Either this the natural, persona he is, or a persona that you can coach up and out of him, and make him into that guy who's, I'm going to go get some points. He made when I didn't see the game last night, but I saw thanks to the YouTube they had the full game recap, and I saw a move he put on. I think it was on Trey Murphy from the Pelicans. Caught the ball in the corner, took a jab step to the sideline, took a hard dribble, left hand dribble middle, spun back, took a couple of dribbles, shot the float to the baseline. And one of the things that Stacey King has said, he said he should be doing that every single time. The game is quite simple. Um, Pat will, I know I've been hard on him before, but physical tools, he has the tools. He has a sweet mid range game if he just trusts it. Maybe it's from the neck up kind of thing. I don't know. Um, but I pivot off of Pat for a minute. The injuries. If you look at Giddy, you look at Kobe. You see this rash of like all these soft tissue injuries throughout the league. Um, that could be that's just the way things are now. Maybe the way guys are training, maybe guys not doing the cross training or what have you. But it's a lot of those injuries that are popping up. But it hit our starting guard spots. But what that should do, you have Trey Jones and Io. That's enough right there to platoon at the point. You know, Trey is a natural facilitator. Io can play in some pick and roll, but Io, they both are two-way point guards. But Trey plays bigger than what he is. Trey was about maybe 6 feet, 6'1". He plays a lot bigger than he is. He plays like a big guard, like he's 6'4", 6'5", with the way he doubles down on a block. I've seen him when he gets caught in switches, and I've seen him for a possession hold off the big guy that he ended up switching on and get a few strips out of it. I've seen him sneak in for a few offensive rebounds. Last night he was 7 for 7, and had a 20 and 10 points and assists kind of a thing. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had at least 10 assists. And Io is he can he's a streaky shooter, but when he's on from distance. Trey Jones may a three or two maybe, but I'd like to see Trey like introduce that to part of his game, the 3-point shot more. And I also like to see him for a guy his size implement because a stop and pop on a dime like KJ had. Because what people are going to start doing is when when since our strength is ball movement and depth, when Trey Jones is in there, they're going to play him to be a scorer, and they're gonna stay home on Kevin Herter. He's not gonna get the 3-point looks that he's gonna get when that ball's moving. But Trey Jones continues to make himself a threat. He's attacking the rim more and looking to score the finish, but he can dump off, and we know he knows how to dish in there. But it's good to see him attacking more and being more balanced in that way. But if he gets that 3 level scoring in, he can shoot the catch and shoot three. He's not the type of point guard that's going to curl off a ball screen and stop at the 3 ball and shoot that. Um, that would help open up some things that would give the defense something to think about. Yeah, but I like to also see in transition if he gets the rock and he's pushing hard, that stop on a dime 15-footer. He gets that. That'll really keep the defense guessing and allow us to keep our ball movement, in sync. I still also, lastly, I'll land here, is that I still think a conversation needs to be had with Vooch. Not that he's not producing, he gets the numbers, but I'm more concerned the fact that he's 35. This can't work now with Zach being and Collins being out. But I like to have seen Zach and Jalen start against these youngsters with all this energy in the front. When we need energy to start, we need to hit these guys and go. We need the speed and go. The ball movement is crisp, but we can't have anything slow and lagging up the court. You bring in Vooch in that second unit, bring in Io in that second unit, Herder in that second unit, and yes, even Pat Williams. All four of those guys that I mentioned, I know I left somebody out, is capable. They've played starters minutes before, and they could have potential to stabilize the second unit. And and I must have egg on my face about Isaac Okoro. At first, I was like, okay, the jury's still out. What's going to do it? He's answering the bell defensively and from distance. He's a nice 3-and-D player, a utility defensive player. Sometimes he's out of his weight class, like when he was going against Zion the other night and against Giannis a couple of games back. That's fine. I don't mind that in switches or in spurts, but as primary assignments, him kind of boxing out his weight class is going to be concerning. And so we need all our bigs back healthy and ready to go. So I'll land there.
Brother, we are not broadcasting in the Facebook group. I think right now we should probably stop and start over so I can get that fixed.
Okay.
Because right now it's just three people watching on YouTube. So let's uh let's stop the broadcast for now. We get it fixed.
Hmm.
We can restart it again.
Okay.
Okay, hang on.